We're looking at a really creepy story about a girl who woke up and realized she was being watched while she slept. My female friend came to visit me for a long weekend, and I, 22 female, won't be letting her stay ever again. Backstory: we were friends for 3 months before we both moved to separate states and continued our friendship virtually until now. It has been a healthy friendship with open communication. We have had our disagreements, but mostly always talked it out and moved on. They mostly revolve around her believing I don't open up enough, and for me, she does things that are inconsiderate at times, like being jealous of my long-term friends to their faces. That's weird. It's weird to be jealous of another person's friends. That's always a red flag to me. She can also be a bit obsessive and get upset when I don't text her for more than a day. Yep. Okay. We're already seeing some red flags. She's got loads of my photos saved to her phone and remembers every little thing about me and has a list of my interests. I've seen it as endearing until now. I mean, I have great friends that are very involved in my life and love me and I love them. They do not have a ridiculous amount of photos or like lists of my interests of me. Maybe that's just a me thing, let me know, but it's strange to me. The trip. Day 1. The first day of the trip was great. She was bubbly and brought me a gift with a sweet note of appreciation. We went clubbing and headed to bed separately for the night. This is where things got weird. Remember, we slept separately. Well, I woke up and she was in my bed. What? But not in my bed. She was sitting upright on top of the blankets, next to me with her feet straight out and her back against my headboard while looking forward. Okay, this is immediately creepy. I was startled and said, "Oh," immediately. She looked at me. She never said she was waiting for me to wake up or maybe she was uncomfortable on the couch. Nothing. Then she left my room. I have no clue how long she was sitting there. Day 2 to 3. Wait. You didn't talk to her about it? It concerns me that she didn't feel like she should talk to her about it. In the morning, we walked to the city where she was engaged and wanted to hold my hand while we were out and about. By midday, still day 2, her attitude had shifted completely. She isn't conversing with me, enjoying any activities, or even smiling anymore. For the rest of the trip, she continued to not smile. She was cold to every service worker. Okay, hold on. Just so we understand, if you are rude to service workers, that's one of the biggest red flags in my book. Like, if you're just being mean and rude to people while they're working, I'm struggling to like you. That's putting it nicely. I asked, "Are you okay?" a couple of times, and she replied, "I'm fine," avoiding eye contact every time. Car rides were silent. Dinners were silent. Day 4, final day. I drove her to the airport at 3 a.m. I asked if she's enjoyed her visit, and she said it was okay, it was fine. I told her I enjoyed having her. She boarded her flight and left. I cannot figure out what caused this 180-degree shift. I paid for everything, took her to all sorts of events she wanted to go to, and even took a day off, my first sick day ever, to take her to more. I felt myself overcompensating because I felt insecure of being a terrible host or something. I've had several friends stay with me and express to me that they enjoyed themselves so much they never wanted to leave. I don't believe I did anything so wrong to ruin this trip. See, this is the thing. She's so nervous about not treating her friend correctly that she's immediately assuming that she did something wrong, rather than recognizing that, no, your friend's behavior was really weird. It was off. I don't know. I feel like she's been gaslit a lot. When she arrived home, she did not contact me, but she posted photos and videos of me captioned "mine" on her social media. She captioned photos and videos of the poster with the word "mine"? That's just really creepy. That's like I felt like you could tell that this girl was being possessive with like the jealous traits and things like that. This is like extreme stalker behavior. There's some huge boundaries being crossed. I haven't brought this conversation to her yet. How long have they been friends for? Oh, they were friends for only 3 months, and then they moved to separate states, and it was all virtual after that. So I don't know. Have you guys ever like felt like you got close to someone and you got excited that you felt like you've met a new friend and something like that, and the closer you got to them, you started to realize that maybe they just didn't know how to respect boundaries, and they put you in an uncomfortable place, and sometimes it takes a really long time before you even really realize that. All of my family and friends believe I narrowly avoided a Selena Yolanda Lifetime film situation, that I was potentially with someone unstable. What do you think? Yeah, I think this person's definitely unstable. I think that there's a lot of red flags that I think people can easily brush over with friends, like them being jealous, of your long-term friendships and things like that, it's easy to just kind of push that to the side and be like, oh, they just really like me. That's why they have photos of us, and they want to spend all this time with me. But then they start doing some stuff that crosses like boundaries that you were like, this is extreme to cross this boundary. Like, I wake up and you're in my bed. Obviously, this situation is pretty extreme, but I still think it's important for us to love our friends, but also to respect their boundaries, right? And to also recognize that if you're in a situation where somebody's not respecting your boundaries, even if it's not like a romantic relationship, it's a friend or a family member, that it's okay to do what you have to do to get out of that situation.